Okay guys, we are here with the Dagger 1. I haven't flown this in a while. It's been about 2 weeks, and I want to get it up for another flight because today is going to be the release day of the Dagger 1. I've been sleeping on it a little bit because of the bat wing and everything like that. So I'm going to actually show you where the CG is. So this is where the battery sits in it. So it's easily accessible, and it's got a good compact CG, meaning like, well, the weight distribution. You don't have a lot of weight aft and forward. It's all really centrally located. So this thing is very agile. That's one of the main reasons for that. And man, what's cooler than this? You got an F-22, you got an Su-47 forward swept wing, you got canards, you got F-22 tails. I don't know, pretty cool. We do have wind. We got a decent amount of wind here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to contend with this a little bit, but I'm gonna go right into the wind and toss it straight up. That's off stick. I haven't touched it, haven't touched it, haven't touched it. That is how that goes. Haven't flown this thing in like 2 weeks. Wow, dude. This thing is just such a good flyer. So cool. I gotta stop looking at other planes in the sky when I'm flying. Not a good idea. I get distracted a little bit. Such a cool plane, and it flies so nice. Now, forward swept wings, you do not want to, you definitely don't want to, close to the ground at least, you don't want to turn tight off throttle. I call that a pirouette turn. I do that with my Deltas a lot, like a whole lot. I do it, and I even make that mistake sometimes with a forward swept wing, and I gotta stop doing it. You want to keep your throttle up, and you want to maintain energy, meaning well, I'm not going to go into all this stuff, but you don't want to go slow and low, especially the time you're going to do it the most is when you're coming in for a landing. You don't want to drop a wing, basically, like that right there. If I was lower, there's a chance I could have dropped a wing. So this thing slows down real good. Watch it go slow. Look at that thing. And it's got a lot of punch. So it's just like the Su-47, but just more punch. It's lighter weight, and it's more agile. It's got more flying control surface, and it likes to go fast. So cool. And the coolest thing is that there is literally, this is out of my brain, so there is nothing that looks like this out there. No, absolutely nothing. This is my own fantasy design of, you know, putting an F-22 and an Su-47 together. Super agile. Nice barrel roll. Straight at the ground. That's off. That's just floating. It's so dialed in. It's unbelievable. And this is the only one I've ever made. I haven't even like printed two. I've never made any changes to it. It's just perfect since the day that I first flew it. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not true. I made the Dagger 1 without canards initially, and look at this thing go. I made it without canards, and it flew good, but it needs canards with the forward swept wing and having like a short, I was gonna say wheelbase, because I'm like, I do a lot of racing stuff, but with a short airframe and a forward swept wing, you do need to have a canard to have it fly right. Slow it down a little bit. Getting tossed in the wind because there is wind. There's like a 15-mile-an-hour wind today. Okay, I'm gonna bring this guy in. So keep up your airspeed. Keep it up. This thing does not drop a wing unless you're doing something silly, all right? Little flare, and it plops. So this is the kind of, this weight plane in this weight range, it's going to live a really long time. So that's my throw. Look at all those throws. That is why it's so maneuverable. This is thinking is going to live a long time because of the lightweight of the plane. It is it's extremely lightweight for what it is. It's got the twin 40mm X-Flies. I highly recommend the investment in getting them. They're not expensive. It's just you have to get them from like AliExpress. Sometimes I have them on Amazon when they're available. But it's so worth. What I meant is like it's more worth the wait if you have to wait 2 weeks to get them. But I absolutely love this thing. It is just, it's a showstopper, just like the Su-47, but it is, it's a unique bird. It just looks so different from anything else. And I absolutely love flying it. So now my CG was right in this fuselage, where the fuselage meets the wing. So right under here, if you hold it there, is where you're gonna wanna be. Let's see where I was in terms of the battery level. 374, right on the money. I'm getting pretty good at just estimating where I need to be. So about 80% of the battery goes underneath the shelf over here, and then the splitter gets tucked on the side to kind of pinch it in place. And you don't really, I mean, if you just do that with the same battery that I have, you're good to go. You know what? I'm gonna actually bring the battery forward a little bit. So almost line up the back of the battery with the shelf right there. Let's try that. Yeah, so right there. You basically just put your finger in this little hole right here for the CG. I'm not gonna add CG nubs on here because there's really nowhere to put them. You don't want to balance the plane on the bottom of the fuselage. That's kind of weird. It's not really balanced enough. So I'm just gonna have you guys know. I'm gonna put a picture on the listing showing exactly where it is, so you guys don't mess up. And alrighty, let's get another one in here, right into the wind. It just floats right out of your hand, man. Look at it go. Oh God, this thing is so cool. Oh, I don't know, this may be one of my favorite flyers. Like all around, like tracking, like pattern plane, laser sharp tracking, maneuverability, roll rate. Here, okay, so here's what I'm going to do for you. On the next time around, I'm going to give it full beans on the pulp back on the stick meeting. So I'm going to see how much I can stall this thing out. I'm going to get a little bit higher. All right, here we go, full throttle into the wind, and I'm going to go full back right now. Oh, it tail slides and it will cobra. It will definitely cobra. And wow, okay, dude. So it is, it's stable like the SU. It has more power, it's lighter, and I don't know if it's something with the gyroscopic effect of having two fans with stability, or if it's the forward swept wing. I can't say which it is, but both of those things right there are making it like so stable, so unbelievably stable. And it's so agile. Straight up. Let's stall it out and see what happens. Stall it out. Right at me. So good. It's just so good. I might want to do this in twin 64. Okay, so a lot of guys are like, oh, you know, I don't want to do the twin 40s. I don't want to make it a twin 40. You don't have to make it a twin 40. You can make it a twin 50. You can do a lightweight twin 64 4S. I just wanted to stall it out or slow it down a lot in the wind right there. You can do any, with my designs, you have to understand that you can scale these planes to any size that you want. You can do anything you want. I don't have special vase mode internal structures that can't scale, and all different hardware pieces that go along with this. My planes just glue together with CA glue, piece to piece, edge to edge, surface to surface, and they scale up fine. The only thing you can't do is if you want to scale down one of my designs, you're going to have to dig out the servo holes a little bit and get the look at it slow down. Look at it slow down. High alpha. This will high alpha into the wind. A forward swept wing. So yeah, you're gonna have to make the servo holes, dig them out a little bit to get the servos to fit. But if you go up, you're just gonna have a little bit of a bigger servo hole. Who cares? All right, I'm gonna go one more lap around the thing here because I gotta go back to work. I got other things I'd have to do. So I'm gonna fly 2 batteries real quick. This thing is just so cool. All right, bring her in. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go around again. So, like I was saying, you can do any size you want because my designs can be sliced apart. All the pieces can be sliced in half, any size you want, and they will just glue them back together. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is so good. All right. Dagger 1 is available, guys. Nothing needs to be changed. Everything is perfect. It goes together easy. And fit and finish is right up there with the SU-47 and my F-22. Everything is just pretty perfect. So yeah, what I'll do is I'm gonna measure the deflection rates for you guys when I get home. I'm gonna list that. I'm gonna list the all-up weight, and yeah, like I said, when it's always a good sign, like with my my F4D and my FU7 or F7U, those planes that I've made one version of, and like this, like I printed this version once with the canards, and it's just flown like 8 or 10 times. I had one minor mishap where I broke the wing, but yeah, it's just ready to go, and I absolutely love it. It flies better than most of the stuff you can even buy pre-made, like foam versions of whatever planes, and it's just so cool. So guys, I hope you like this thing. I want to see videos of this thing flying. I want to see it in different sizes. I want to see it just, you know, I want to see you guys rip this thing around. The only thing I can say about it is, like, if you're coming downwind and then you're turning up into the upwind leg to land, don't chop the throttle and go too slow, because the forward swept wing could potentially drop a wing if you're that low and you don't have time to recover. So you just want to keep your, you know, a third to a half throttle while you're making your turn, and once you're straight, then you can cut that throttle. But everything is perfect about this thing. You're going to be just amazed how good this thing flies. No gyro, no spar, no internal anything. You literally print out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. This is a piece, this is a piece, the canards, the vertical tails, and the elevons. You just print out those pieces, you CA glue them together, you line them up, and then you install your electronics, and you have yourself something that flies better than... Look guys, I'm not gonna... I hate cocky people, I say that in my other videos. I haven't bought a plane from E-flite without the gyro on. I have not bought a plane that flies better than something like this. Just telling you. I mean, with its ability to turn, how it stays perfectly straight, the stability, the built-in inherent stability of my airfoil design. There have been maybe one of my foam F-22s had a 64 millimeter that flew similar to this, but it was not as efficient as this. So the efficiency of this, meaning cutting through the air without the throttle on, this kills it. So if it's more efficient, it tracks a little bit straighter, and it's just as maneuverable as the F-22, the foam version that I paid $280 for. I mean, I don't know, you tell me. So I'm gonna shut up. This video is getting way too long. I hope you guys like this thing. It's going to be available today, and let me know. I want to see photos of your builds on my Facebook group, and I want you to tag me in any flight videos, and maybe I'll give you a free plane. So keep that in mind, and thanks guys for watching the video, and I hope you like Dagger 1.